Is this a beautiful facility or what? Give them a round of applause.
Hi, my name is Jamila, and I'm here at the Harriet Tubman Museum in Cambridge. This is my first time in Cambridge, probably since college, a long time ago. So I'm really excited to come here to support my friend Rose McNeil, who has 3 pictures in the exhibit here. This is a great exhibit. It's different, it's 3-dimensional, it's very vibrant. It's a beautiful space. There's lots of room for you to look at things. It's really a great exhibit. And it just shows so many different dimensions. I think we just think of Harriet Tubman in one dimension, and it just shows so many different dimensions of the woman, the real woman, and who she really was. If there was somebody in history that I could have a conversation with, one of those persons would definitely be Harriet Tubman. I think I'd just like to sit with her for just a moment and just be in her presence. Maybe not say anything at all. And I would ask her how she was. And then I would probably ask her to tell me about one of the times when she actually led people in the middle of the night through swamps, dangerous areas. I would just ask her to explain what that was like, how that felt for her. She appears to me, from all that I've read and seen, to be a very humble person. And I don't think she would like all of this celebrity. I don't think she thought of herself in that way, the same way that we do. But I would just like to know the real Harriet, the real woman, maybe how she felt the first time she felt a calling to do this. So I would just like to sit with her, be in her presence, and just have a real one-on-one, woman-to-woman conversation with her. I think that would be an awesome experience. Just an awesome experience. If someone is coming to see this exhibit, I would wholeheartedly recommend it. First of all, it's a community effort. It appears to be an effort that was born out of the community. And I think we should support it. This is a story that we think we know, but we really don't know. And we need to come and support activities like this and make history real.
My name is Linda, and I came here today from Baltimore. I didn't know what to expect at first. I came basically because one of my friends is an artist, and her work is being displayed here. The other things that I saw here were pretty much amazing as well. I don't know, it's making me feel like I wish I knew her. It's making me feel like oh my God, what a wonderful woman. I wish I had had her, any small amount of her bravery. The many, many depictions of her are so, I don't know, are so her, even though they're different. In her eyes, sometimes when I walk past, I feel like she's talking to me. I feel like she's very present here. This exhibit is very alive to me. Every picture of Harriet is Harriet saying, you know, I led my people. I would have led so many more had they known they were slaves. I am really digging this exhibit, and I am glad I came today, and it was on a whim because I was going to do church. I was going to go home. I was going to go out to eat. But I came here. Here where my daughter went to school in Eastern Shore. Here where I traveled many, many times before. I'm glad today I stopped here. If I could tell Miss Tubman one thing, I would tell her, I am so glad that you existed. I am so glad that you had the bravery that you did. I am so glad that we'll never forget your story. We will never, ever forget what you did. I would say thank you. I would say we need you today. But I am just so thankful that for the time that you were definitely a force to be reckoned with. I just want to say thank you, Miss Tubman. Thank you for everything you did for the people that you loved, the people that you didn't know. Thank you so much for you. If someone was considering coming to this exhibit, I would tell them to definitely come. It would be an experience you won't forget. And yeah, it's something to be seen.
Hi, my name is Veronica Mays. I'm a quilt artist from Portsmouth, Rhode Island. I have 3 pieces in the show, including the Lady Moses silhouette, the Lady Moses 3 quilt, and Nurse Harriet. I'd like to read a poem I wrote about Harriet. When I took on Lady Moses, I have to let you know she was a shero that wouldn't let me go. Harriet Tubman, so divine you are, you found a way to freedom following the North Star. But that's not all. To the South you returned, taking advantage of those lessons you learned. Time and time again to the rescue you went. Using godly guidance, your energy was spent in those whose lives you wanted to change. Family and others who could now rearrange if they chose their goals, their dreams, their say. Imagine if you had been any other way. Lady Moses, amazing you are. Fearless, hopeful, you raised the bar of what it means to be a leader on this earth. Such a sacrificial life. You're a woman of worth. I had to get to know you. That's what I did. At that time, I was just a little kid. I just couldn't imagine how Araminta thrived. Took a blow to the head, and still she survived. They put the dogs on her, put a bounty on her head. Willing to pay, alive or dead. Your backbone was one of a kind. To this day, it blows my mind. Harriet, Harriet, here's to your story. Hallelujah, to God be the glory. Thank you. God bless you. When I walked into the Harriet Tubman Freedom Center, I was awed by the beautiful artworks, the feeling of completeness in telling a story of someone who was so magnificently important, so divinely gifted to all of us, to the world. And so I'm so grateful for the kinds of art that I'm seeing, the paintings, the photography, the quilts, the fellowship, the sisterhood and the brotherhood that's here. I'm just so grateful that we have had her and we still have her 200 years later. It's a gift. She is a gift. Lady Harriet, you are such a gem, and we're so grateful. I'm so grateful for what you did, how you did it, how you succeeded, how you avoided being arrested and taken back, and how you went back for others, how sacrificial you were. And so I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart to be able to convey that gratitude through my work.
There's a lot of things happen to erase us, okay? This center is in place to defy some of that stuff. I'm meeting more and more African Americans that are now tasking themselves with doing centers, cultural centers. And I'm really excited about that. I have another friend that has a spot down in Kensington, Maryland. If you get a chance to go see this, it's a Broad Forbes Center. Please go see it. There are people that look like you and I who have dedicated their lives to doing stuff to service us. And a lot of times we're so busy complaining about the things we don't see and fearful of what's getting ready to happen that we don't acknowledge people like this that are being brave and taking a stand to make sure that we're represented. And so this is very, very important. I'm also tasked with the possibility of finding new spaces for artists. All my artists, please, I'm gonna bring them up a little later, but give the artists a round of applause. When you look around this room, these artists have come from as far as, I think, Rhode Island, Ohio. They've come from a good distance across the country, okay? Understand that these artists are dedicated to doing things that also represent us. A lot of times we get lost in it and y'all don't understand the work that's being done. We need to shift our focus from the negative to celebrating what is a positive, and you see a reflection of that in this room. I think our youngest artist is probably, is this dying? Our youngest artist is probably, I don't even know, probably in their teens, and our oldest artist might be 80. Okay, he'd be 18, that's right. So that's what's happening here, y'all. This is very, very important. This show will be up through September, which gives a lot of time for us to get programmed together. We're talking about doing some things that are where you're working with the artists, some lectures, some art talks, and some other things. Finding uncommon spaces. There's a term called pop-up that came up as a result of when we had the economic collapse in the 2000s. So a lot of museums crashed. I had a business that was servicing 3,000 galleries across the country, and we watched that 3,000 galleries dwindle to below 75 within a short period of time. It wasn't just the African American art business that was affected, it was the entire art business that was affected. And it was one of the markets that nobody talked about, because we talked about the housing, we was talking about the financial markets, we talked about the auto industry. And so pop-ups became a place, because all the galleries closed, to see work in uncommon spaces. And that's probably one of the most wonderful things that ever happened to artists. As you see what happened with COVID, we got the order online, we were doing Zoom. Certain things fell into our hands as a result of the climate. Well, now we got spaces like this. Isn't this a beautiful building? It looked like it was ready for this. When I first walked into this space, I was trying to envision what an exhibition would look like. But I knew that it would, the warmth of this space would be inviting. So I hope you enjoy the space. All my artists, please come up on the stage for 1 second, please. All my artists, I want y'all to see them so you can grab them, ask them questions. If you are aspiring to be an artist or a writer or anything that's in the creative realm, I want you to touch these people's shoulder and get their collective energy. All right, who else is in there? Anybody else hiding up in there that's a creator? All right, so give my artists a round of applause. And please ask questions. Every piece in here, or most of them, we have a few pieces that are not for sale, but everything here is for sale, okay? If you want to take care of any sales, talk to me and I'll work that out for you. Other than that, enjoy the show, talk to the artists, and we hope to see you in some other programs as we progress through the next couple of months. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
McNeil, and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. And this is such a wonderful space. I'm so glad to be a part of this exhibit. And there's so many wonderful artists' works that are featured here today. The space is just beautiful. When you walk inside, it's very spacious. Everybody's warm. The colors, the day, everything is just wonderful. Please try to come down to see this exhibit because I don't think you'll see this much of Harriet Tubman's work in one place. If I met Harriet, one thing that I would say to her is that you had a vision, and your vision was for freedom. And the main thing is when you have a vision, you follow through. So Harriet, I'm going to speak directly to you. What you have done has been something that will live forever. We'll never forget you. We look at what you stood for and still stand for, and it is a part of our past, the present, and the future. Harriet, we love you. We're so glad that you were able to be a main force for African Americans to move forward to freedom. We're still moving forward to freedom. And you're in our hearts, in our minds, in our spirits. And Harriet, you live on.
A week ago, when I met this good brother and his wife to do a tasting of what I'm calling plant-based cuisine. There's not a lot of it. Make sure you get some. Today's nigiri, a type of sushi, is not fish. Remember I said it's plant-based. It is tomato, cucumber, and sticky rice. What makes it look like the sushi we're all used to is the nuri paper that wraps it. Now, I love sushi, but I also love this too. So enjoy. We have a few other items. We'll be bringing them out. I want to thank my wife for talking about me when she came down here after Pancho told her about this whole exhibit. So thank everyone for being here. We look forward to a very good time today. Thank you.